We didn't set out to change the world. We just wanted to fix something that felt broken. Back then, sharing moments online felt clunky, slow, and empty. Platforms were loud, messy, and too complicated. Photos got lost in the noise, and stories, the real ones, had no place to live. And so, in a tiny apartment with no budget, no fame, and no roadmap, we started building. Two guys, a laptop, and a question: what if sharing life was simple? What if you could capture a moment and make it feel timeless? We weren't trying to build the next Facebook. We didn't have investors knocking or media watching. All we had was this obsession with clean design, with making things feel human, fast, light, beautiful. And that's how it began. One photo, one upload, one spark. We called it Instagram. It spread faster than we ever expected. Artists found it. Travelers used it. Entrepreneurs built brands on it. And suddenly, it wasn't just a photo-sharing app. It was culture. It was movement. It was the new way people saw each other and themselves. In a world moving too fast, we gave people a moment to pause, to frame, to feel, to share. And we kept building. We made it simple. But building it wasn't. There were rejections, crashes, pivots, nights that blurred into mornings, moments where we doubted everything. But we kept going, not because we knew it would work, but because we couldn't let go of the idea that it should. This isn't a fairy tale. It's not about luck. It's about clarity, about timing, about building something that touches people not because it's loud, but because it's honest. We started with no followers, no filters, and no plan to take over the world. We just believed in a better way to share it. And somehow, we built Instagram. Two guys, one camera, no fame, no plan, just one nagging feeling that the way we shared our lives online wasn't working. Before Instagram became a global habit, before it even had a name, it was just an idea floating in our heads. What if sharing a photo could feel effortless, meaningful, even beautiful? Let's rewind to 2010, San Francisco. That's where it all really started, with two friends, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger, who didn't look like the founders of the next big thing. Kevin studied management science. Mike studied symbolic systems. They weren't Silicon Valley rock stars. They were just two curious builders who loved clean design, user experience, and solving problems that felt real. Kevin had been tinkering with an app he called Burb, a strange mix of location check-ins, photo sharing, and social features, inspired by his love for whiskey and travel. But it was messy, overloaded, and no one really got it. Until one conversation changed everything. What do people really care about? Photos. Simple, fast, filtered photos that could turn a bland moment into a beautiful one. So we stripped it all down. We killed the bloat. We focused on one thing, a clean, easy way to share a photo with the world. And we called it Instagram. We launched it from a tiny workspace. No press, no hype, just a push to the App Store and a deep breath. Within hours, thousands signed up. Within days, we couldn't keep the servers running fast enough. It was like lightning hit. Artists, photographers, travelers, teenagers, moms, everyone found something in it. A sense of expression, connection, belonging. But behind the scenes, it was chaos. We were just two guys trying to keep the system alive. No sleep, no weekends, no guarantees. Just 24/7 obsession and this growing weight that maybe, just maybe, we were building something that mattered. We weren't chasing money. We weren't trying to disrupt the world. We just wanted to make something that people actually loved using. Something simple, something human. And somehow, that small dream turned into a cultural phenomenon. One photo at a time, built in a small workspace, rejected by investors. But we never gave up. What we had wasn't flashy. It wasn't loud. It was just simple. A photo, a filter, a moment, shared with the world in seconds. But no matter how many people loved using it, the truth was painful. A great product isn't enough. If no one funds you, if no one bets on you, you're just another dreamer with code on your laptop. And that's exactly where we were. Two guys, an app called Instagram, a few thousand users, and no one who really believed in it yet. So we pitched. And we pitched again. Some said it was just another photo app. Others didn't understand it at all. Why would anyone want to post filtered coffee pictures? They laughed. Some wanted us to pivot, to add messaging, to chase trends. But we weren't interested in building noise. We were building clarity. We didn't want to distract people. We wanted to help them see their lives, their memories, their world, in a new way. And still, the rejections kept coming. But we kept going. Because when the world says no, you don't fold. You go deeper. You get clearer. You fight for the thing you believe in when no one else does. And then something shifted. People started telling their friends. The app grew faster than we could keep up. Tens of thousands became hundreds of thousands. Celebrities started using it. Brands joined. Culture moved in. And suddenly, we weren't just an app. We were a movement. But with growth came pressure. The servers were crashing. We were barely sleeping. We were 6 people running a global phenomenon from a tiny office. And then came the call. It was Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg had seen what we built. He didn't just see growth. He saw focus, vision. And instead of trying to copy us, he offered to join forces. Not to take over, but to scale the mission without breaking what made it special. We had a choice. Keep fighting alone or partner and go further, faster. So in 2012, for $1 billion, we joined Facebook. And people said we sold out. But they didn't see what we saw. The chance to protect the product, keep it free, and grow it into something that could reach everyone. And we did. We didn't start Instagram to make money. We didn't do it for fame. We did it because we believed that if we could help people share moments better, we'd help them feel more connected to their own lives. And somewhere along the way, a few filtered photos became one of the most powerful platforms in modern culture. By 2012, Instagram had already shifted the way people shared their lives. We weren't just an app anymore. We were the place people turned to when they wanted to express, connect, or simply remember. But here's what no one tells you when you finally break through. The world doesn't get quieter. It gets louder. The stakes rise. The targets move. And standing still is the fastest way to die. So we didn't. We scaled. Fast. We expanded to Android. We crossed 100 million users. We became part of Facebook, but we kept our soul. And then we saw it coming. The world was moving to stories. Snapchat had found something we hadn't, a new way of sharing. Fast, raw, disappearing. It was light. It was fun. And it was spreading like fire. For the first time, we weren't ahead. We were watching the culture move past us. That couldn't happen. So we did something bold, risky, controversial. We took the idea of stories, and we made it ours. Cleaner, faster, smoother. Integrated right into the Instagram everyone already loved. Some people called it copying. But we weren't here to win points for originality. We were here to build what people actually wanted. And it worked. Stories exploded. Engagement doubled. Instagram wasn't just a photo app anymore. It was a living, breathing journal of the world's daily life. Weddings, birthdays, protests, recipes, breakups, revolutions, all told through circles at the top of a screen. And that was just the beginning. We kept building. We added live video, direct messaging, shopping, IGTV. Then came Reels, short-form video for a generation that didn't want to scroll, but felt. And we didn't just join the culture. We became one of its engines. But the bigger we got, the heavier the responsibility. What started as a place to connect slowly became a place where pressure lived too. Pressure to look perfect, to perform, to chase likes. And we felt it too. So we had to ask ourselves, what are we really building? We started investing in mental health features, screen time limits, hidden like counts, safer spaces, because our mission had evolved. It wasn't just about sharing anymore. It was about protecting how we share and what that does to our minds, our lives, our world. We didn't stop at scale. We didn't stop at features. We kept questioning, reinventing, pushing forward. Because staying relevant isn't about chasing trends. It's about understanding what people need before they ask. And that's what Instagram became. Not just a platform, a global heartbeat. Reels changed the way we communicate. Explore taught us to discover new things before they became trends. Instagram Live turned everyone into a creator in real time. And Instagram Shopping showed that the future of commerce is not websites, but stories that appear in between moments. We weren't just adding features. We were building new ways to live in the digital age. But with every update came pressure. With every breakthrough came doubt. We weren't scared of the speed of change. We were scared of the silence when we stopped asking ourselves the main question. Are we really bringing people together? Or are we, on the contrary, creating chasms between them? Because growth is not success. Innovation is not goodness. And popularity is not trust. We saw how beauty can become a burden. How inspiration sometimes turns into comparison. how attention begins to replace sincerity. And then we realized, if we have created a tool that shapes the reality of billions of people, we must do everything so that this reality does not break, but heals. We gave people the choice to show likes or not. We added a reminder to take a break. We started collaborating with experts, activists, doctors. We didn't always have the answers, but we never shied away from questions. Because Instagram is not just a technology. It's a space. It's a stage. It's a mirror. And we decided, let this mirror show the truth, not the glossy one, but the human one. We kept building. For creators, for small businesses, for those who have a voice, and for those who have finally found it. We saw how a protest turns into a movement, how a song recorded at home becomes the anthem of a generation, how a photo with a phone in hand becomes a memory someone keeps for a lifetime. And even though we were criticized for filters, for algorithms, for influence, we never stopped. Because we didn't come into the world to be perfect. We came to be honest, to build something real. Today, Instagram is more than an app. It's a global language. It's emotion in the form of an image. It's a way to say, I'm here, even if you're thousands of miles away. And it all started with two people, no investment, no team, and a camera in their pocket. They didn't know they were going to change the world, but they clicked publish. And we're still doing it. We are Instagram. We are not perfect, but we are real. And we are just getting started.